how do we as employees understand this learning curve as leaders and teach them that you're going to feel more rewarded by doing something that really you feel value?
I think we really come back to this whole idea of how do we create a culture where we aren't behaving or aren't acting out of fear, but are acting out of courage. Because those two are emotions that lie very close to each other, yet they have a completely different effect on our brain. So with fear, we're going into this defensive fight, flight, freeze mode. And with courage, we're actually keeping all our blood vessels stay relaxed and open. We get all the energy and we can use that energy to approach the challenge. And I believe once we can get that shift, just now we come to another leadership question. How do you create a culture in which you allow your team members to be courageous? You allow them to take risks.
We have to do this in education. You're not competing with your other classmates. You have your gifts and talents, and how can you raise the bar? Because it's not going to be grades per se for 80% of the world. It's of the population. It's going to be about 20% that get to that certain level and that certain nuance. But what about everyone else that could be the next thought leader, next anything because of AI? So this is when I love when you say creators, but we have to go to our young people today and say, you have to have value in what you do. And if you don't,
as soon as we say you have to have value,
but that's a force. That's a force.
We're imposing something on them, and they're going to rebel and say, I'm sorry, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe without the words, I'm sorry. But